How do you handle criticism about your body or your weight? A few weeks ago, I posted a Q&A video where you could ask me anything, and thank you. I really do appreciate it when you send me your questions because I know that some of them are really vulnerable to even say out loud / in a message. So thank you for sending those to me. I received one that I believe warrants its own video, and that's what we're talking about today. If you have critics in your life about weight loss surgery, your body, your weight, your former diets, or you're worried about how strangers will speak on these topics to you, this video is for you. Stick around and stay tuned. We're trying a new look on camera. This is not a permanent look, but I always come to you, I feel like, with the same vibe in my outfits and my hair, but this is like real life summertime here. I'm in my Halara dress that I do not have to wear a bra with, which is a huge deal for my big chested girlies. We're oiling the hair today, and we have mostly natural skin, like I don't have any foundation on. So if you like this look, will you give this video a thumbs up? Or I'm giving you permission to comment on which look you like better, okay? The like regular go-to natural or curly haired look, or do you like all of them? Please let me know. And while you're fussing around with the buttons here, giving this video a thumbs up, adding a comment, please make sure you're subscribed. We of course are bringing you all of the real on weight loss surgery, both pre-op, post-op. Now I'm almost 5 years out. It's almost my Bariversary. And we're also going to be coming to you soon with some super fun Disney content. So I hope you'll subscribe. For a brief intro, hey girl, I am Chelsea. I'm 39. I live on Cape Cod, and I had surgery, my VSG surgery, as I mentioned, almost 5 years ago. It will be this month, my anniversary. I am a bariatric support coach, and I have maintained a weight loss of almost 100 pounds in those 5 years since surgery. I can't believe it's going to be a whole hand. And the goal of this channel is to bring you what weight loss surgery can do for you in real time, in a very real way, without a diet, living your life intuitively, eating both the good and the bad. And today we're gonna be talking about the bad, but also how do you deal with the bad. So firstly, I want to show you the question that I received. It's in multiple parts. The asker asked me to have her remain anonymous. I will be reading it from my phone. You will be seeing it on screen. Hey Chelsea, I've been loving your new videos. I saw that you were doing an Ask Me Anything and wanted to hear your thoughts on how to handle comments from people that make you feel bad about yourself. Let me explain. And my apologies in advance for how long this might turn out to be. This morning I took my first beach walk of the season. Last summer I tried to get down to the beach 4 or 5 mornings a week to take a nice long walk. The beach is my happy place. I know you totally understand that. I do. I put my feet in the sand and let the water splash my toes, and I breathe in the salt air and I feel like rejuvenated. Walking for an hour doesn't even feel like exercise. It makes me so happy to say that out loud. I was so excited about my first walk down at the beach this morning. I got down there, and after a few minutes of walking, a man, maybe in his mid to late 60s, who was running kind of strangely, trotted past me. He stood out to me because he was wearing kind of flashy salmon-colored shorts, and he seemed a bit out of shape to be running. I thought to myself, well, good for him. He's out here doing his thing. He passed me in a couple of different directions, and then as we were headed towards each other, he said as he walked past me, "Young lady, you ought to be running." I want to put like a character voice on that. At first, I laughed it off, but then as I began to take a few more steps, it sunk in and I started crying. Then he came around to me again and said, "Well, maybe I should get you to running with me. Come on, are you ready?" I said, "No, thank you," as he ran past one last time as I was trying to make it to my car and said, "Well, at least you're polite." My brain filled in the rest, which was, "Because you're fat." I'm down 60 pounds since having surgery, and although I've gained about 15 of them back over the past year due to a lot of stress, I'm trying very hard to get back on track. I'm currently about a size 12 and probably a very average sized woman. Actually, 12 is no longer the average size. It's a 14. So you're below average size. Again, my apologies on the length of this, Chelsea, but I just thought that of all people, you would understand how this feels. I thought maybe the story and your take on it might help others out there. Please feel free to share my story, but I'd rather you not share my name. I'd love to hear your thoughts on how to put your head in a different space, because what he said has been rattling around in my brain all day, and I fear it will continue to for several days. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for sharing the story with me. I think you can see why this particular question is getting its own video, because it's not just a quick 30 to 45 second answer. Not that I give those anyway. I'm very long-winded. You know that. But this question hit hard because of its relatability. Also, the audacity. Period. We'll get to that. Now, if you've been with me here on YouTube for a length of time, or even over on Instagram, you know that I've shared that I receive comments similar to this, maybe not quite as polite, on a fairly regular basis. I tend to post about them on Instagram more regularly. You should be following me there. It's fun. I get all the comments about my body. The uplifting, thank you. The critical with an educational lens, like they're looking to gain something from being critical, so I don't usually take that in a negative way. But then I also receive a lot of hate comments about my body. I've been told that I have too much loose skin, since I talk about that quite a bit post-op. I've been told or asked, why do you think you can be a bariatric coach when you're still so fat? I've been told, why did you even have surgery if you were going to be obese or uglier when you came out of surgery? I've been told to stop showing myself in bathing suits because it's gross, and that I'm promoting unhealthy obesity mindset for the population. People have opinions. And I know I 100% put myself out there for all of them. So I'm not saying I deserve those, but it's also to be expected. I'm sharing this with you not to elicit pity, but to tell you that I've been there. So I have some experience with how to respond, clap back, or not. So for the person who sent me this story and asked the question, and I know you'll be watching, or if you're someone watching this because you're wondering how to deal with criticism because you're worried about receiving it or are currently receiving it, I want you to know that you're not alone, okay? Let's begin with the obvious part of this that we, as polite, people-pleasing millennials, often forget. No one has the right to comment about your body, period. That's it. We do not comment on other people's bodies. And I know because we're raising our babies to believe and execute this, that commenting on someone else's body will hopefully be a thing of the past in a decade from now. Furthermore, if someone crosses this boundary, okay, you do not have to be polite to them. It is never your job to handle someone else's emotions. I need your inner child to hear and feel that. It's never been your job. It's not your job now to be responsible for someone else's feelings. You, my love, are only ever capable of identifying your own emotions and feelings and managing how you respond based on those emotions and feelings. The feelings of others are not your job. And this is not trying to give you permission to be rude, mean, or critical of someone else. But I'm saying when you need to respond to this, you do not need to take into account how that other person feels if they have maliciously made you feel a certain way. It's okay if you disagree with me. Criticism, like this comment from this old boomer, often comes from the criticizer's internal struggles or places of conflict. And again, I am not suggesting or giving people permission, carte blanche, to make negative statements about someone else because they have things going on. We all have things. But I do think that understanding where the criticism is coming from can be cathartic for you. Sometimes, probably oftentimes in your life, Criticism is stemming from a place of jealousy about the benefits of weight loss surgery. You have done a brave thing by choosing to have surgery or already having undergone surgery, and sometimes from others that can feel like they want to do it too, but they're too scared. They mean well. Your family and friends who love you may mean well, but it can come across as critique. Like that mean girl voice in your mind, we'll get to her momentarily. The people who love you, your friends and family, are really just trying to protect you. Their fear about this surgery, or their fear about how you will succeed with it, or their inner issues about their failures, their body, their weight struggles, that all ties into this too. All of that comes out as a criticism instead of the actual inner truth, probably because they don't realize what their inner truth is telling them. I know that we can all be our own worst critics, right? You can lose the weight, but still see the fat girl in the mirror. You can avoid certain circumstances because of how you perceive your body to be. I was talking to my sister yesterday, and you met her in the New York City vlog. She's almost 2 years out from her VSG, and she told me that she still tests chairs to see if she will break them. She is 160 pounds. She's not breaking any chairs, but she still has this mental block around the way her body was 2 years ago. I'd like to address that this is common, that we lose the weight, we change our lifestyles, we have a new way of living, eating, being, and it's often more joyful, but we still have that part of ourselves, our inner fat girl, that we can't let go of. This is a super common mindset. I used to be that girl too. So in order to help you kind of get from where you are to where I am, where you can be a little bit faster, I am hosting a free live masterclass called Secrets to Weight Loss Surgery Success next week. I'm actually hosting a whole bunch of them so that you can pick the date and time that works best for you. Spoiler, this whole 1 hour masterclass is about mindset and really how to be successful long term. It is absolutely free. Yep, that means 0 buckaroos for you, and it's live with me. So it's kind of like a little coaching session. There will be a Q&A session at the very end where I can answer your follow-up questions live on camera with you. I did limit the seats for each class because I want to make sure that you're getting the personal attention that you deserve. So I have a whole bunch of classes. I want you to sign up right now. Like, pause this video. I'll wait here for you, and I want you to sign up. It's in the description box below. So it's called Secrets of Weight Loss Surgery Success. It's about mindset. It's about long-term success and what you need to do. It's totally free, and it's with me, live. I can't wait to meet ya. I know that it can feel so frustrating to believe that you've done the inner work, the mental, the emotional work to encounter a negative comment and feel like it should just roll right off your shoulder. But let me tell you something, sister. You have to practice this skill set. With this practice, and it doesn't have to be done with anyone but you, yourself, and you. With this type of practice comes consistency so that you can be a little more prepared if you ever encounter a circumstance like the one that we're talking about today. The ideal scenario is to stay calm and not cry in your car on the way home after a random old man says something negative to you. I want you to know the difference between reacting impulsively and not suppressing your emotions. If you can, in this moment, this is a perfect time to gently educate. I'm going to give you a for example. When I receive negative comments in the DMs or here on YouTube, I tend to write back something to the effect of, "Hi, you must be new here. This is a supportive community where we empower each other. Maybe I misread your tone, ... and then go on to address the concern that they've asked about. Now I get it. I understand that I have the benefit of I'm literally like behind a keyboard, right? So I have the ability to calm myself before I respond back. However, if you are receiving negative comments via text message, this can be a really helpful script to follow. I also think that it would be helpful for you to follow up with I statements that show the hard work and progress that have gone into your weight loss surgery. Using an I statement, yes, I know that's very therapist of me to say, but it allows you to respond without sounding defensive. Again, a for example here. I'm really proud of the progress I've made losing 60 pounds by putting my protein first and getting 60 grams of protein a day and taking beach walks for an hour 4 to 5 times a week. You, in that one long sentence, have stated your progress, explained that it was hard, and showed your consistency. That is more than anyone who is criticizing you is doing. Having a ready-to-go response instead of a polite smile and then that torturous thought process that keeps you awake at night where you think about everything you wish you said will benefit you. Have you experienced criticism about your body, your weight loss, pre or post-op? I would love to know in the comments below. I sincerely hope you haven't. If your situation is more in person with people who continually criticize you, friends and family, the response differs. Yes, the line of how proud you are of yourself and the hard work and your consistency will work the first few times you say it, but if this is continually happening, you may need to put distance between yourself and that type of toxicity in your life. It's not healthy for you. My family was supportive but really nervous for me, and I still find myself often repeating, "We do not comment on other people's bodies," and I say it neutrally without a ton of emotion, and I just keep repeating it until it sinks in. And I know it takes longer to sink in for adults than kids. I also really I appreciate your concern, but this is a personal decision and I'm really happy with it. All of these options don't have natural follow-ups to them, so it should shut the conversation down immediately and give you a chance to kind of walk away, take a breath, and compose. Last year, during a client session that's related to the masterclass, I said something to the effect of, don't give people in the cheap seats of your life front row access to your emotions. I definitely said it more eloquently than that, but it's about not giving people the power to control your emotions when they have such a little part to do with who you are. If you're feeling like my suggestions require a lot more confidence to say out loud or even in your head, I would encourage you to sign up for the free masterclass because I think that will help bolster your confidence. Also, finding a supportive community, and maybe it's here on BariTale Coaching in the comments section or over on Instagram, but finding yourself a community, whether that's virtually or in person, will also help you because you're around people who've shared this experience and know what it's like to get comments or criticism. My free masterclass is a great place to start. And would this be a BariTale video if we didn't talk about self-care? No. Spending time on your self-care practices will allow you to feel that respect that you have for yourself and this process. So things like your movement, your hydration, your protein goals, your vitamins, your skincare, your mental health, whatever your self-care practice is that works for you, doing that is going to allow you to feel better about yourself, right? We're building up your confidence so you have the ability to filter out comments that do not align with who you are. It is only ever up to you to celebrate your milestones, both scale and non-scale. Doing so will not only boost your confidence, which is the goal, it will reinforce your achievements and allow you to build up some resilience. Having support and knowing your own self-worth will allow you to handle your emotions with a lot more grace and ease, and allow you to understand that people who speak to you in a way that's derogatory, unkind, unfriendly in any area of your life, not just your body, that's about them and not you. But it takes a lot to figure out, okay, I understand that piece, but how do I separate my emotions from it? You've got this. You've got this, bestie. You can do this. If you have follow-up questions or want to chat live with me in my free masterclass, make sure you sign up in the description box, okay? Save your seat. And yes, I'll send you reminders along the way. I love you. You are strong and capable and beautiful. You do not need to be responsible for handling someone else's emotions, okay? I hope you take that away from our chat today. I hope you're having an incredible summer, and I will see you same time, same place next week, right here. Goodbye, my beautiful, amazing, strong friend.